Nah.
Believe it or not, we're streaming right now. We've come in... Oh, well, fuck that. No burping into the mic. Screw my song. This is more important.
Hello, people. It's us, Two Bros Game Night. I'm your host, Stringer Bro.
I'm your the host, Older Bro.
And we are back with Katawa Shoujo, where the audio sounds fine.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
Alright, guys. So, a little bit of news. Yes, I know about even more Jurassic World Evolution 2 DLC. And
Why
yes,
do they keep having more?
well, it is the 30th anniversary, I think, of Operation Genesis. So I think they wanted to celebrate it. Anyway, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a feathered dinosaur pack, and not only does it include more dinosaurs with feathers, they have a bat, like a prehistoric bat, and they're adding insect feeders, and they're adding the freaking log viewing, like,
the tunnel
attraction, yes, from Jurassic World 1.
Cool.
I don't know if you remember the T-Rex scene where they
that.
were in the big log. They're adding that.
Cool.
I can't wait. Anyway, guys, I'll get to it
When
in season 2. Yeah.
By the way, I can hear that from here, so...
Hear what?
Your statements, so something's loud. Don't know if it was the mic, or, like, your headphones, or, like, something, I don't know. But I was just letting you know that I could definitely hear it from out of the ear that's not under my headphones.
Okay.
So.
But anyway, guys, I'm excited for it. I'll get to it when I can. Season 2 is scheduled. I don't know if it's happening this year. I did tweet about it, though.
Glad to hear it.
Alright, I know Older Bro had a thing.
Yeah, we can go during the game.
Okay.
So, the thing I'll say is that I somehow found myself into going on a date today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where, like, to say that isn't quite accurate because that implies that it was a planned event, and it's more accurate to say that I went from work to being at a restaurant with someone and then coming home. And how we got there is unclear.
Older Bro getting him some points.
So,
all right.
I don't know, but
that's cool.
So that happened.
That's cool. I've been trying to, especially with Bestie, but unfortunately, she probably said it best herself. She's not really a people person, even with me.
Yeah.
And I'm probably the person she's most comfortable around.
Then maybe you should take the hint.
Well, even if I don't get with her, I would still like to hang out with her. Like, at most, I want to play video games with her. I know she plays Splatoon 3, so I want to at least try to do that with her.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, today's art club meeting is currently on hold while everyone waits for Nomiya. Oh, wait, I think I read that. I've tried to figure out what exactly about the school feels so special to me. That concept I unsuccessfully tried to explain to Yuko the other day. It's still difficult, but the track meet and the time I've spent observing my fellow students have helped my ideas mature a little. Have you noticed that people talk all the time?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that people talk? I can't really explain it, but once again, as I try to explain my observation, I'm struggling with words. The student body is heavily clicked, and I'm only now beginning to make sense of the intricate grouping and popularity networks. And yet, the feeling of being a part of a group is stronger here.
It's stranger here.
I remember it being in my old schools. I'm from the old school. I'm trying to say that this school isn't like other schools, or at least the students are even discontinuing the obvious. You're making it worse.
Yeah, even discounting the obvious.
Even after discounting the obvious.
Ignore the obvious.
You know what I mean? I don't know what you mean. I don't know.
Well,
what
hey,
anything means.
that was the most direct statement she's ever made.
She actually answered.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, well, whatever then. I want you to pursue the issue, but at that point, Nomiya arrives. Nomiya! The teacher is wiping sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief and breathing rather heavily. The tie that's also a handkerchief. He quickly glances over the room, then settles down a bit.
Hello. Apologies for being late. Is everyone present? Good. I must confess, I haven't really planned anything for today, as I've been extremely busy lately.
Actually, I don't have a bow on my head.
But
Quiet you.
I'm sure we can come up with something. Anyone have any suggestions? I was thinking we could have a discussion circle, as we haven't had one in a while. I at least found the last one magnificently enjoyable.
There are murmurs here and there, but nobody raises their voice in support of or against Nomiya, because that'd be Natsuki's job. Unfortunately, she's not in this game.
We could delve into various movements of art, or does someone have a good topic in mind? Come on, throw it out there. It doesn't matter if it's silly or odd. We can always cook up something interesting.
Nobody seems to be brave enough to make such a suggestion. As the awkward silence refuses to be broken, I lift my head in the air.
Oh, our newest friend seems to have something on his mind. Speak up, my boy. Speak up.
Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I've always wondered why art exists in the first place.
A very philosophical, existential question.
My voice trails off. A silence sets in the room, and nobody makes a follow-up on my meek suggestion. Then the teacher bursts in laughter.
Oh, excellent. Very good indeed. Right out of the gate with the big one, huh? Fabulous.
Chuckling, he shifts some papers around on his desk for a few moments. This is the original art. When he's done, he appears to have made some sort of decision.
Very well then, let us run with this and see where it gets us, shall we?
By the way, with your supposed girlfriend, make sure she doesn't know about the channel so you can score more points.
Honestly, I'm not sure that would count against me.
I mean, we say obnoxiously outlandish stuff, so...
Honestly, I don't think that would count against me. Oh my, even an old fogey like me gets excited when such delicious enthusiasm is present. Oh my, indeed. Let me gather my thoughts a moment so I can figure out a good starting point for everyone.
For some reason, the teacher seems to be almost literally bursting with excitement. He scribbles a few things down on a loose sheet of paper, then cleans his glasses with a handkerchief. By the way, is it that one chick you keep talking about? The one who plays games and reads, like, books?
I think you're gonna need to be way more specific than that.
She talked to you... Like, I remember that she got a free book one time, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, I can't remember.
Okay, I think, look, there's only one girl at my work that I would have talked about, so it probably is that girl. But there isn't, but literally I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm also confused.
Well, it's been like 2 years since you told me that story. Wait, has it been 2 years? Yeah, about 2 years.
I have not known her that long.
You sure?
I haven't even worked there for quite that long.
I thought this was your second year going.
Yes. Well, okay, I've been there slightly longer than 2 years, but I haven't known about her.
Anyway, it was a couple months after you started working there.
Okay, that'd roughly line up. But sure, why not? But I can't think of anyone else I would have talked to you about, so sure.
Was it that one chick you went to dinner with?
Sure. Again, I don't know the story you're talking about, but I believe that's the only possible person.
Again, you only talked about one girl from your work.
And therefore, I'm assuming it's that one. Okay. Because I don't know who you're talking about.
Anyway, he strikes a pose, then freezes for an overtly dramatic...
No, it was overt. I thought it was overly dramatic.
No.
Overtly?
They say overtly.
Okay.
Dramatic, artistic pause that spans what must be half a minute. It's so quiet, I can hear a pin drop. Damn it, it's my pen.
First, let's come up with a few questions that we want answered, such as, what is art, and why does art exist?
Because we see something and we want to recreate it. That's one of them.
Sure. Anyone have any questions that might be related?
The boy with sunglasses pipes up almost immediately. His voice is soft and quiet, and I have a hard time making out what he says.
What defines an artist?
After him, another question comes up.
If I fill a cardboard box with water and call it art, is it art? Oh.
If I fill a cardboard box with water and call it art, is it art?
No, hold on. There's a better question. If I tape a banana peel to a wall and call it art, is it art?
That's better. Everyone laughs at that, even the teacher.
Great, wonderful, all of these. Let me start by saying that it's not a clear-cut issue by any means, and as such, I'm not going to give any answers to you. I'm only going to speak from my own perspective.
Art has only so much meaning as you give it. So if
Yes.
you create something and you call it like 3D art, it is art.
Yes, well, here's the problem. The problem comes back to, yes, that is true, but in all things that is art-related, this includes literature, this includes, like, anything that can be artfully done. So, this is not just paintings, this is not just sculptures, this is writing and anything creative. Author intent and reader interpretation are two very different things. What you read from a book is different than what the author intended. So, while it's true that the author's intention means something, if the collective society doesn't give much of a shit about the author's intention, then it doesn't really matter. That's the point behind, like, the banana peel taped to a wall, or the urinal that they just took, screwed onto a plywood board on the floor, and said, yep, that's art. It's like, the problem is, yes, the author can have an intent behind it and explain that intent, but it doesn't matter much if the audience says, you're wasting our time and providing nothing of value creatively or intellectually.
Like, going back to speaking about cardboard and, like, water, I know someone, it doesn't have water involved, I know someone who takes, like, a cardboard box, cuts what he needs, and makes freaking sculptures out of it.
Yeah, and that is art. But is making a cardboard swimming pool art? Well, maybe, but does anyone care? No. Scholars have argued about these sorts of questions since time immemorial, and there has never been a broadly acceptable consensus reached. There are, however, some qualities that most tend to generally agree upon. Hopefully, you all should find these acceptable as well. In short, art defines itself. It cannot simply be contained to a definition from the outside, since the boundaries of art expand and contract from forces within. And that's the core point. It's that what counts as art is what society and artists in general consider art. So, is a banana peel taped to a wall?
Okay, guys, we are back. Yeah, our computer died.
Well, more specifically, the power strip died. So, the computer, we believe the tower for this computer is drawing too much power on the power strip and blew the power strip.
And we can't use the power strip for this computer anymore.
So, we're gonna have to figure that out, but that's a later thing.
Right now, we have found another alternative. It's gonna have to work for now.
Yeah.
We hope. Alright.
Anyways, I was talking about this line. So, yeah, so, point is that, yeah, art, so is a banana on a wall art? Probably not. Mostly because artists are not, like, while that artist may be sending a message, most people are not going to draw
a banana taped to a wall.
Well, what I'm saying is, no, I'm saying they're not going to get any, like, the response that people are going to get out of it, that is going to come out of it, is people being pissed off that this artist is wasting their time and calling this waste of time art. Yeah. They're not going to get, maybe you'll get a few people being like, oh, yes, I see, you're trying to break down these walls and, like, talk about how people define art, but in general, most people are just pissed off by it.
Right.
So, and that's not usually, anger at something being called art is not usually something that's a good message, and so therefore it kind of goes away.
But yeah, guys, we want to apologize for our recording issues. We might go shorter or longer tonight, we'll see.
Yes. Like, I laugh, not because we aren't sorry, but I laugh because it's just like, there was not much we could have done. There's nothing we knew about this, so...
Yeah, it just...
Will.
Instant.
But we hope that you are understanding in this situation. Every day, someone somewhere comes up with something completely outrageous that challenges any and all preconceptions. The core reason for this is that rather than the rational side of the mind, art appeals to the intuition, the instinct, the primal. You would find it very hard to explain why exactly it is that you would enjoy some particular style or piece, no?
He doesn't wait for a response before continuing.
This is exactly why. So art is this sort of wild, uncontrollable thing that lurks somewhere deep in our subconscious. Now, why does it exist?
Nomiya apparently expects someone to pipe up with a guess, but as nobody dares to interrupt his inspired speech, he continues.
It was a trick question. You see, art also validates itself. Generally speaking, you might say that art exists for no other purpose than itself. It's something that exists merely to leave a mark on history. It's the defiance of the mortal against the face of darkness, as was once said. Art is truly the proof of our existence. You all should know that human culture and civilization are tied tightly to the existence of art.
That's true, like hieroglyphics is technically some of the most ancient art.
Well, hieroglyphics are a writing system, so they're not
But
really
it's also...
art.
It's both.
Yes, but I don't think it's fair to call a writing system art, in the sense that, like, yeah, Japanese calligraphy looks cool.
It's almost... I could probably say the same about cursive writing. Cursive writing, like, the look of it is just appealing.
It looks appealing, but it still is functionally there for a message. It's to give information. So it's like, yeah, it has some cool looks, but it's not really... It's not there for artistic reasons. Although, I guess, why would you use cursive writing over standard writing? That's more of like... Generally, again, I'll agree with Natsuki. It's to look pretentious. But... yeah, it's like, it's a mixture between the two, but it's still a functional writing system more than anything else.
Yeah.
So, anyways. Then what about artists? What drives a man to dedicate his life to a thing so fickle and mysterious that it defies definition? There are as many answers for this as there are artists. But if I had to put it into words, an artist doesn't make art because he can, but because he must.
I would also say, because he may want to.
Well, yes. But it's more than just a want. It's like, it's a need to get something in your head into the real world.
Yeah. Nomiya takes a pause and his gaze sweeps over his audience, eyes flaring with passion.
This is why, by the way, guys, I would consider Two Bros Game Night. Two Bros Game Night.
Two Bros Game
Night and art project. Yeah. Two Bros Game Night is our creative work onto the world, where we want to get our gaming out there, mostly so that we're playing games.
We're secretly not Goombas, we're X-Knots.
Oh god, no. I hate those guys just as much as everybody else. There's one thing that will get us to fight on the side of Mario, it is to kill those stupid shitty X-Knots.
Yeah, they almost stole our name. Damn you, Two Bros X-Knots.
Anyways, I'm not creating lore for that. It's obvious that art touches the very soul of each and every human being in one way or another. So if you were given a chance to connect with your fellow man in such a fundamental way, how could you not? There's a poem I'm very much fond of, and I shall recite the most well-known part of it to you now. I feel that for me personally, of all possible things, it captures the best the essence of what it means to be an artist.
Nomiya leans against the desk as he clears his throat in preparation. Looking at some distant place, he utters the words in the heavy afternoon air with a soft basso voice. I'm gonna fly to the rock of the eternity. To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wildflower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand. This almost feels like a Rock of Eternity reference.
And eternity in an hour.
There is a solemn and unbelievably awkward silence after he finishes reciting the short fragment. Nobody dares speak a word. Nomiya clears his throat again.
To be an artist is to see the world in a grain of sand. You see, dear children, without art, there would not be much to live for in this world. It is a most profound thing. Profound thing.
Yeah, he is clearly touched by this notion. I almost expect to see a lone tear rolling down his cheek, but it never comes. I'm turning around to Westford here. So, is this a discussion
How is this
circle?
a discussion?
So, how is this a discussion circle? She shrugs nonchalantly back at me. The previous ones were the same.
Good to know. It's a
class discussion.
Yeah, it's a class discussion. Well, no, it's not a discussion. The point behind a discussion is you discuss things.
Yeah, we're discussing pretty much why art exists.
He is teaching. It's a lecture.
Yeah.
A discussion means that other people talk.
It's still not a discussion.
He's the only one talking.
To his credit, Nomiya does try to give some debate going, but the club seems to be reluctant to comply because they don't know how to comply.
To be fair, yeah, I'll give him credit. He is trying to get people to talk. It's not like he's doing it all because he only wants to hear him speak.
No.
It's that no one else has the backbone, guts, or desire to speak.
I feel a bit guilty about opening my mouth. Maybe we would have been spared from this. I think it was good. As the meeting comes to a close, I realize we haven't once touched any paint or our body or pens today, and I feel somewhat disappointed.
That's not art. That's a basic human function.
You should not
conflate basic human functions with art.
Nomiya suddenly appears next to us. He seems to be still fired up from the speech he delivered. His cologne smells musky as usual, and saccharine at the same time, giving me an instant headache. Even though I'm not sensitive to perfumes, he is looking at Rin like a hungry wolf.
Tezuka, do you remember Miss Sayonji, who visited us at the festival?
I think so.
I'm going to tell you something amazing.
I'm in love with her.
Thing is, she's a very well-known gallerist around here. It turns out I might be able to get her to consider having some of your work put on display.
He ends his sentence with a dramatic gesture. It seems he's expecting Rin to show some sort of joyous, shocked reaction at such grand news, but she just stares at him blankly.
Magnificent, isn't it? This could be a real chance for us to get ahead, girl.
As always, your silence, your blankliness speaks more than one word.
I want to say, I think that the teacher has, like, the best of intentions here. I definitely feel like he is trying to be her manager, effectively.
Yeah, he's trying to get her to speak up, but...
Not even that he's trying to get her to speak up, but I think he sees himself as her manager and, like, I'll get her into a very well-off position.
Yes.
And, like, yeah.
But...
No, I know what you're about to say. Yes, it wouldn't be a simple affair, but I think this is an absolutely fantastic opportunity. Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we even made it big. This could be the first step. And then, when the word is out, we can strike while the iron is hot, right, Nikai?
Yeah, it does sound pretty great if you're into that kind of thing.
See, we should definitely not let this one pass, am I right?
I don't really. Ren seems to be troubled for some reason. I can't figure out why. What Nomiya is saying does indeed sound like a possibly great thing. She looks pretty down, though, and confused. I've never seen her like this. I like to draw, not for the profit.
Yeah, exactly. She hasn't seen herself. So what do you think? Again, she has not found the thing that makes her the most Rin.
Yes. Rin looks up to her teacher's glowing face, then back down at her desk. I'll think about it. Nomiya is at least taken slightly aback by Ren's lack of superlative delight.
Superlative, but yeah, good enough.
Then he smiles widely at her and gently pats her head.
Good girl.
The club meeting is finally over, and I lazily collect my things and help clean up. I start feeling exhausted for some reason. There isn't much to do, however, so...
The cleaning up. There isn't much to clean up.
Yeah, however, it's over quickly. I catch up to Ren, who left the room just a moment earlier, so we're walking down the stairs to the ground floor while I tried to go over Nomiya's passionate speech.
Okay, hold on. I need to pause right here. This is one sentence.
This is such a run-on sentence.
We need a period. Give us a fucking period in the middle here, somewhere.
I catch up to Ren, who left the club room just a moment earlier. Period. So we're walking...
No, okay, hold on, I got you. I catch up to Ren, who left the club room just a moment earlier. Period. We're walking down the stairs to the ground floor while I try to go over Nomiya's passionate speech about art. Period. Or no. I catch up to Rin, who just left the club room a moment earlier. Rin seems to be lost in thought as we're walking down the stairs to the ground floor. Meanwhile, I try to go over Nomiya's passionate speech about art.
Perfect. Not an unusual state for her, I've learned, but something about her expression makes me feel uneasy. Yeah, that almost made me feel like Original and me wrote this.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, it's just like, ugh.
Penny for your thoughts?
Here we go again.
I'm broke, I told you this. That'd be too cheap.
She has a different one this time.
You're just as overpricing as ever.
No.
Sorry, underpricing. You're just overpricing your thoughts. I wouldn't be able to sell them anyway. I'm not sure what I'm thinking yet. That'd be fraud too. Like stealing a candy from a baby. Wow, at least she doesn't steal. That's good. That's theft, not fraud. Good. Damn.
Oh,
that's a good comeback.
That's good. It's good.
I have to think about what I think. She doesn't know how to respond to that. Is this about what the teacher said? Getting your work put on display and all that? She doesn't answer, but stops in her tracks as we reach the lobby. We're the only people around, so it's very quiet. Footsteps echo from a few floors up as someone hurries along a hallway, or it's the ghosts.
No.
I think I'm going to go somewhere elsewhere. I think she really is trouble. Want company? I can't promise much help with the thinking, but it's not like I have much else to do. I'm supposed to do some light exercise. If you like, I'm going to my mural. Rin leads me outside to the wall behind the dormitories. There's a small back gate there, made from the same... Are we going to an outside art gallery? I would love to see one
Could
day.
be.
There's a small back gate there, made from the same
wrought
iron as the main gate. It leads to the shadowy woodland park behind the school. Damn.
Whew. Younger bro dying here.
I had a hiccup. It didn't come. And then it got there the second time. The gate is rusty, as if it hasn't seen much use. However, it sits open. So we pass through. It's not forbidden for students to leave the grounds, but somehow I feel a little uneasy.
That feeling that you're entering the forbidden forest that isn't actually forbidden.
A path leads deeper into the forest. Tall
Zelkova
and maple trees rustle in the wind. Their canopies creating patches of chill air hanging in the places where the shadows fall. The forest smells strongly of earth. I almost feel cold, even though the midsummer day is hot as ever. Then I see Sasquatch! Ren trudges ahead like a sleepwalker. Sure, sleepwalking, baby. Huh. Sure-footed, but with no apparent destination in mind. Her thoughts seem to be elsewhere. I follow a few steps behind, taking more care to watch where my feet land.
Maybe that's the thing with Rin. Because the last time we saw something like this was late at night. She was walking into town and couldn't think of where she was going. I wonder if she
wanders just to think.
Yeah, I think she wanders to think.
The path follows the land uphill at a low angle. That's not entirely a good thing, especially if you do it alone.
It's fine as long as
I know
it's fine as long as you have a place that you know where you are and it is safe to do so. You can wander around your house.
I feel uneasy about it.
Yeah, it's like if you live on like a small like few acres of land, you could like wander around your property.
Yeah. Sometimes making little detours downhill before climbing back upward. The muted brown and gray trunks line the path on both sides, peppered with ferns and other undergrowth.
Oh, this place would be
After a while, we
excellent.
find a creek. This almost looks like a spot for a creek.
Yeah, this place looks excellent.
After a little while, I start getting worried. The path is still wide and clear, so there's no chance of getting lost, but it doesn't look like we have any particular destination. There's something wrong with a bit of aimless wandering around. Huh?
You said there's something wrong.
Sorry. There's nothing wrong with a bit of aimless wandering around, but I don't want to go so far that I get too tired to walk back. I'm starting to get a little winded and my legs feel heavy. I want to stop and get a chance to catch my breath and rest my legs, but Ren keeps going. Where are we going? Or are we going anywhere at all? Worry tree. I see. So what exactly is the worry tree? It's just a tree like this. She stops in front of a particularly large maple that might or might not be the worry tree. Its lush green leaves sway lightly in the breeze, blowing through the small clearing
She has a spot. It's a mile and a half down the road.
I guess that's much. There are people who believe that you must come here to wallow in misery. If you're miserable, only by people, I mean, me, and the tree isn't really called anything. So if you're miserable, you talk to a tree about it. No. What? You can't talk to trees. What do you think I am, crazy? Yes.
As bad of an idea as it would be, I really want him to say yes.
I know, but everybody has their comfort spot, and that's where she's going.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Or maybe you talk to trees? I'm sorry, but Groot is not here to help you. I think this tree is speeding Groot east, and Groot is back with the Guardians of the Galaxy. You have to wait, I don't know, a few years for them to pop by. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that you are crazy, even though you probably are if you talk to trees. I wouldn't recommend it either, because they're quite saps. People will think you are a weird person. No, forget it. She looks mildly confused, for which I don't blame her at all. She tilts her head a little to the side, expression melting back to her usual one. She's staring blankly at me. Shut it!
Should we continue then?
Alright, I'm good at forgetting things. So why are we here? Are you miserable then? I can't read the expression she makes. I hate how bad I am at interpreting Ren's mood. She doesn't answer right away, as if she herself isn't quite certain of her own mood.
I mean, I'd assume that's true.
This blank stare changes into a more difficult expression as she shuffles her weight around. Finally coming to a conclusion, Ren shrugs her shoulders. I've grown to seriously dislike that gesture. It doesn't mean anything. Maybe. I just feel kind of like I'm sinking in underwater. I don't know what I should do. I don't know where I should go, that's all. Maybe it's not a big deal, but I thought walking might help. Kind of like if I go somewhere I wouldn't know where I should go. I don't really know
That's a real thing. This is part of the reason why I'm like, where I'm kind of just like, whatever, to what she's doing right now, is that's a real thing people do. Is sometimes when you have something happen and you're just lost, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna start walking. I'm just gonna go somewhere. I don't know where I'm going right now.
Yeah, that's called a free spirit.
Well, no. I don't mean it like that. I mean, sometimes you just have a moment in life where something bad happens, or where you just have no idea what to do next, and you're just like, okay,
you want to get lost in thought.
No, it's not even getting lost in thought. It's the idea of, I know I need to go somewhere. So I'm just going to start going, and by the time I get there, I'll have figured out where I'm going. It's the idea of just like, I need to go somewhere, and I don't know where. So I'm just going to start going. And eventually, I'll figure it out and go to the right spot. But until then, I need to be moving and not just standing here.
It really would have made sense if walking had helped to decide where to go.
Exactly.
So you don't want to try to get an exhibition, or rather you don't know if you do? Can't decide? Rin doesn't say anything for a while, arguing her thoughts and arranging her thoughts in silence. The quiet is broken by bird song from somewhere in the treetops, followed by rustling leaves as the bird takes flight.
I'm sure this place is very nice.
Maybe. I'm not sure if I can have a thing like that. So far, I've only painted for myself. There it is.
Okay, so I know exactly where this is going to go. So far, she's only painted for herself.
And
so
she wants to keep doing that.
Well, yes, maybe. She doesn't know. So maybe the thing... So what I would expect that was going to happen here is he's going to say, okay, you don't know if you want to paint for other people. So start by painting for me. And do that, and then tell me if you enjoy it or not.
I don't think I could have my things on display the way I am now. This me couldn't do it. I mean, you have the mural. Her reason sounds like a weak excuse. I make my trademark frown, but she doesn't notice it. I don't get it. The teacher certainly thinks you could. I don't think he'd suggested otherwise. Sounds like he's calling in favors from his friends, too. I know, he's really done a lot for me, but this might be too much. Becoming someone who can do it might be pretty hard. Maybe I couldn't do it at all. He can't do it for me, and if I let him try, I'd just sink deeper and deeper. Ren stands in front of the large maple and turns away from me. I want to close the few feet of distance between us, and I don't know. My irritation is suddenly gone. I start feeling sympathetic to her. I know exactly how you feel. Well, maybe I don't, but still. I think I haven't felt like I was actually in control of my own life this whole year. I'm just helplessly going along with the flow. Like coming here to this school. I didn't really choose it myself, and I certainly didn't choose this time of my life to learn that I have this condition. Still can't casually say the word out loud. It's like, yeah, it's exactly like being underwater. Like I can't even breathe. Ren turns to face me again, a sad expression on her face. Is that why you look so sad all the time? I don't want to look sad like you. Do I look to you like you look to me? Oh. That's a real question.
This is the most real question.
She's like had for a while
of just the realization of, oh, do I look like you? Do I not realize that I'm also like you? And
are we both sad?
And maybe we both need to look at each other and say, yes.
I don't look sad all the time. I just don't know what I should be feeling. What kind of face I should be making. Me neither. Do I look sad now? Not really. You look like you always do, I think. But I'm sinking. I should try to float up like a rubber duck. Quack, quack, all yellow and chirpy. Creepy. I have to think for a few seconds about which direction I should pursue in this conversation. Then I realize that it doesn't matter. You think rubber ducks are creepy? You don't? I think they look very creepy. Everything that has eyes but isn't alive is very disturbing. Like rubber ducks and reflection mirrors. I mean,
I
get the rubber ducks.
No, I get exactly what she's saying. Because people have said that, like, the eyes are a window into the soul.
Yes.
Like, when you, this is a big thing in, like, drawing. A lot of times, artists are terrible at eyes, and the reason why is because they can't put the they can't put that spark into the eyes that makes them
sense
look
of wonder.
that sense of wonder, that feeling that this is a person that is alive and is thinking of something. Like, that's the thing. It's easy to draw a face that is sad, but it's hard to draw a person's eyes that reflects why they're sad. Or that depicts the years of torment they've been going through that's making them sad now. So I get that, the statement here, because what she's effectively saying is all eyes on everything doesn't show that. You can't see. There is no soul to reflect. So they're just soulless creatures staring at you that can't have emotion, can't feel. And they basically everything is just those mirror creatures that you fear are going to come out of the mirror. So it's like, I totally understand that, even though I don't follow.
She plops down on the forest bed, leaning on the maple tree she named the Worry Tree. After wondering what to do for a minute, I sit down to 3 feet apart from her. The forest envelops us in its embrace, and its stillness falls upon the two of us. Okay, I'm 3 feet away from her. We can't have a mural situation again.
No.
We sit there without speaking for a long while. I can literally feel the time passing. Patches of sunlight glitter in the small clearing in a pattern that echoes the maple canopies. One of them falls directly on me, warming me all the way to the bone. I wonder what I could do for myself, and maybe for Ren. For now, I just keep watching her from this distance. Sometimes she cranes her neck all the way back, so much that it looks almost painful, and stares up at the small patch of sky visible past the canopy of the Worry Tree. Sometimes she just stares blankly ahead, as if seeing something just beyond her reach. She keeps whispering to herself, but so quietly that I can't hear her, even though I'm sitting right now next to her. Since we're in a forest and we're doing a tree, we're sitting up against a tree and we're looking around and listening.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a tactic hunters do, where what they would do is they're either in a tree blind or they're on the ground, maybe having a ghillie suit on. And what they would do is they'll just listen to the wind, the trees, the bushes, everything around them. And it helps them locate animals, or probably another better situation, the animals come to them and they don't know it. Because they're just so perfectly still.
Mm-hmm.
It's silent but deadly.
Yeah.
I only see
Is it weird that my soul is currently heavy from this conversation? No, it's not at ease. It's the opposite of
heavy.
ease.
I know this is heavy. I only see her lips moving. Your lips are moving. Like she was in the middle of a distant dream. Realize that right now I no longer feel any of the intense loneliness I feel at night just before falling asleep. I might be more like Ren than I thought. I can either give up and stay submerged under the weight of all the crap in my life, or try to change myself for the better.
Waiting on a miracle.
Her decision is different, yet the same.
Yep.
And unlike her, I know for sure that I can't stay like this forever. I have to change. I want to be...
I don't think this, I don't think that this option's an option. In that, it's not... None of these options matter in the sense that,
Okay. So, if I be more like Ren, I'm saying I want a carefree life. Sort of. If I choose to be like Emmy, I guess that'd make me happier, but it might distance you from... I'm guessing...
I looked up the chart.
And you said
nothing in these affects the ending. To be clear, in this option doesn't even
I don't think it's that bad either way. Because
Yeah.
if you're saying
The-
you're
I
wanting
think
to be
the-
more like Ren, you might embrace your artists a little bit more.
Yeah,
If you want to be more like Emmy,
see, I would honestly be tempted to go with the Emmy route because the whole thing that Ren said is that she enjoys seeing Emmy at her most Emmy when she's running.
yeah, that's probably a good.
And
point
I feel
too.
like that is what she's talking about, is that she wants to find the times when she's the most Ren.
Okay,
So it's like
I'm tempted here. Let's go with I want to be more like Emmy.
yeah, but
Because
to be
think
clear,
you'd be happier.
yeah,
this
but
way.
yeah, as stated, these options don't technically matter.
Emmy probably has done it. She's so happy and energetic, a running girl without legs. If anyone has beaten a disability, it must be her. Makes me feel a little bit better too, and I lean back against the tree, breathing out deeply as if for the first time in a long time. We stay that way in the small clearing until the angle of the sun changes and the chilly shadows deepen, and she's sleeping on my shoulder again.
No.
Dang it, I just got the numbness back. Sorry, I just got the numbness put away.
You just got the feeling back. It's
I
been
just got the
2
feeling-
weeks!
No longer warm.
If your hand's numb for 2 fucking weeks, then something else is wrong here.
No longer warm where we sit. We leave the forest, returning along the same path we took coming in. It doesn't seem like Ren has come to a decision. I wonder if it was a bad idea for me to come along. It's alright, I don't mind. I'm sure the trees and the dirts and rocks won't mind either. Do you mind? No, not at all. I think it helped me too. While we walk back towards the dormitories, the sky is changing to a deep ultramarine.
I don't know what color ultramarine is.
It's like a bluish gray.
Let me get a good.
The first summer stars twinkle softly from between spots in the canopy, barely visible like tiny fireflies. I become very self-conscious about Ren's presence.
Oh, that color.
Oh, right.
It's
near ultraviolet.
Yeah, it's like dark blue.
I haven't thought much about girls since things fell apart with Iwatako. This is kind of the same situation as then, but to be honest, I don't think it really counts for much. Not with Ren.
Yeah, by the way, guys, just as a side note about ultramarine. This is talking about the most fundamental thing about ninja in the world. Ninja don't wear black. The sky is not black. The sky is blue. And you might say that's during the day. No, at night it is still blue. It is a dark blue. Real ninja wear blue because you can't see blue of dark colors at night because the sky is ultramarine. It's not black. If you wear black, people will see you. If you wear ultramarine blue, you will not be seen as well. Real ninja wear blue.
I guess ninjas in the movies wear black so you can see them better.
Yeah, but it's also because people are like, oh, they're out at night. It's dark. It must be black. I
think the only time ninjas would wear black at dark would be if they are the type of ninja that, you know, those ninja that have like breathing tubes and they're underwater and they shoot darts from it.
Even then, I think blue would still match better because it's water. So,
but water's more murky than
but at that point blue. The color doesn't really matter. But
I'm saying that would be the only situation I can think of.
So it's always ultramarine blue.
And yet it feels good walking next to her, even if it isn't anything more than this. But she did sleep on my shoulder that one time.
Yeah.
At first, I think Ren agitated me quite a bit with her unpredictable behavior, but recently I feel I haven't had to be on my toes so much. I managed to let myself go a little. It makes me feel satisfied, even though ultimately I think it's more thanks to Ren than myself. She seems to be disinterested in a huge number of things, but something in her makes me try harder than I really would.
normally.
Sorry, normally would.
Sure.
Like Emmy does. I mean, if Emmy can friend her, then why can't I?
Mhm.
It's not that I want to impress her. I think that truly impressing Ren would take near superhuman effort just because of how she is.
Valid.
Instead, it's because there is this relentless feeling inside of me that I shouldn't let Ren down. It's really weird. I wonder why I started thinking like that. Maybe because we're actually friends now, question mark? I don't even know what sort of expectation she has about pretty much anything. So how could I let her down? Ren has this unassuming air about her, and she doesn't really talk about stuff very often. Even today's confession of her self-doubt caught me a little bit off guard. I feel like I want to talk with her more. The realization suddenly dawns on me that Rin is basically the only person I talk to nowadays. Apart from whatever I have to endure from Shizune, Misha, or Kenji, I feel slightly depressed. In front of the dormitories, as if summoned by the dark thoughts, we ran into Kenji himself. It feels very odd seeing him outside, breathing fresh outdoor air. At least
That
it's
is weird.
already dusk. I partly expected Kenji would disintegrate upon direct exposure to the sun. Oh my god. That's why Ren wears a boy outfit, because he can't tell. Like, she wanted to talk to him, so she put on a boy outfit just so she could talk with this guy. And so she puts on a boy persona around him. That would be fucking hilarious.
I just don't see the. I don't see the.
It would explain why Kenshi doesn't. Is part of the like women like spying on you, stuff like that. It would make perfect sense.
I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I don't know.
Kenji himself seems very insecure as well, standing around looking like he's waiting for something, but doesn't know himself what it might be. Oh god, why am I talking to Kenji when Ren's here?
Yeah.
Anyway, hey Kenji, what are you doing?
Oh god.
Hello.
Who are you?
It's me, Sal. I'm not sure if you know Tezuka from class 3-4. From his face, I can see that not only he doesn't know Ren, damn, he also can't see her from this short of distance.
Oh, sup, dudes.
Kenji sticks his hand enthusiastically forward, almost straight into Ren's stomach. Ren looks at his outstretched hand in confusion until Kenji clears his throat and retracts the hand. There's something almost cool that he manages to do with social awkwardness. I refrain from laughing. It's not like the most most suave man on the planet, but I don't think I'll ever be able to even approach Kenji's level. I think I respect Kenji a little bit more.
That's a problem.
So you're waiting for someone? He leans closer and lowers his voice to an agitated whisper. I feel his facial muscles twitching.
Come on, man. You know I can't talk about stuff here in public. They might be listening. I'm going to have to go pick up some stuff from somewhere. And I don't want those snooping student council hags to get on my case.
I'm waiting for him to talk about
He's
girl
not
stuff.
gonna.
Come on.
Yeah. Also, I don't trust your friend. Nothing personal. Are you sure he's trustworthy?
I briefly considered telling Kenji about Ren's gender,
Oh my
but
God,
as it might
they
end
are
up
going
badly
there.
for one or both of them, I decide against it. Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, I'm not a dude. Damn it, Ren! He turns from me to Ren, and I immediately get the feeling that I have to prevent them from talking to each other with whatever means necessary. However, there is little I can do now apart from physical violence.
So I do physical violence. In that case, would you be interested in knowing about the worst threat to mankind since they invented vegetarianism?
And we are leaving! He sounds like a vacuum cleaner salesman. I thought it was Sunday.
I see you're not in the know. Yeah, man, I'm surprised about man-eating cow. I'm talking about man-eating cows here. Very few people know what I know, so I'm not surprised. We can't talk here. But if you'd like a pamphlet, come to my room after curfew on Mondays or Wednesdays.
He suddenly reaches to his pocket and draws out a ballpoint pen and what looks like a convenience store receipt. I wait for Kenji to leave. Don't ever go to those meetings. I'll think about it. Don't even think about it. Okay. Kenji furiously scribbles on the scrap of paper and then thrusts it into towards Rin.
Here's the password. Memorize it and then eradicate any trace of this document. Eat it, burn it, dissolve it in acid, whatever.
I take the receipt from Kenji as Ren is unable to do so and glance at it. It's indeed a receipt, apparently for 2 rice balls and 5 boxes of matches. I hope he is not planning to burn anything down. On the other side, is written just one word. Honey muffin.
What in the...
I show it to Rin too,
What
but she
in
says
the
nothing.
fuck is this character?
I don't even know how to react to it. Thank you.
Yo, he's out. You still in that club? The Club of Dark Arts?
Fine art. Anyway, yeah, actually just had a meeting today.
Still got your wits about you. No shady mind tricks going on. Nothing personal, man, but I have to be on top of things. Can't get caught with my pants down. Speaking of which, you should really take showers a bit later. Gotta respect that personal space. Nothing personal.
Kenji looks around as if he heard something and then straightens his jacket.
Okay, I gotta scoot now before it gets too late. Later, dudes. Good luck.
Kenji takes off rapidly towards the main gate. Ren looks after him, frowning. We watch after Kenji's diminishing figures in
Look,
silence.
he's just my
Even Ren's like, what is wrong with him? Technically speaking, I think he's legally blind.
Okay, you just pulled a Ren, man.
Damn. Oh, I see. Uh-huh. You do. You see. Of course you do.
No, no one sees. When it comes to Kenji, everyone is legally blind.
I'm legally blind. I can immediately tell from the envelope that it's not about official matters of any sort. Someone actually wrote me an old-fashioned, handwritten paper letter. God damn it, Kenji. Who bothers doing something like that in this day and age anyway, yet as unlikely as the prospect...
I think this is a flashback.
Receiving one sounds, there's definitely a letter laying on my desk.
Nope!
No. The classes for the day are over. Still feeling pretty full from the big lunch that I had unexpectedly eaten at the cafeteria. I returned to my dorm, planning on finishing my homework and probably skipping dinner, or at least just eating light. Are we at time?
I believe so.
Okay. Guys, we are very unsure if we're at time. If we're a little short, that's okay. If we're a little over, that's also okay.
Underwater and a maple with a name is the title of that. Iwaniko's regret. Hold on. Iwaniko's regret. Okay, that is a letter from Iwaniko then. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh no. We're not reading that this episode, but oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
hefty title and spoilers.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys. That is going to have to be it for today's episode. Sorry that the computer crashed. So like and subscribe to YouTube and Twitch. Comment to our videos. Do read them. Follow on Twitch. And we'll see you guys in the next Katawa Shoujo. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.